Hi everyone, welcome to the Ask the Planner 30 Days to Us, How to Plan Your Wedding in 30 Days. Hi, welcome to the video series today. Hi to all the live viewers and hi to all my replay viewers. Hope you guys had a great day today, even though if you're on the East Coast, it's been rainy and all day, all week actually. But welcome, welcome. I know it's a Friday and I know you're busy, so thanks for taking the time to learn a little bit more about, hi Sean, how are you? About how to plan a wedding in 30 days. Okay? Today is day 24. Can you believe it? The 24th day of our live video series. We started out on September the 5th, and the plan is to show you from September 5th until October the 5th, which is next week. I think it's Thursday of next week, I'm not sure. But next week will be 30 days. Okay, and every day, what we've done for most of those days is to have a live video series where we talk through and showed you different examples of different elements of wedding planning, from selecting the venue to what we to selecting a baker, a photographer, videographer, your caterer, etc. Yesterday we talked about how to select your linens and things. It was an offshoot from the selection of the caterer. So it was a two-part video, two-part live video. So if you missed that, which was our live video from yesterday, how to select linens and chairs if you're renting a venue or dealing with a caterer that does not have the reception linens and chairs and other elements of decorating that space that you need to make it fit your theme or your style. So we went through a couple of places and looked at a bunch of different examples. So if you're interested in what we did then, check out yesterday's video, which was day 23. So today we're going to talk about hiring your DJ or your band or whatever it is you plan on doing to entertain your guests during your ceremony or during your reception. So that's why the title is called Let Us Entertain You. And for about 15 or 10 minutes of our time, we'll talk through a little bit about how to select an MUA. And what's an MUA? For those who don't know, a makeup artist. Okay? MUA, a makeup artist. So, most of the conversation will be about entertainment, and then the other 10 minutes or so, we'll talk through how to select an MUA and show a few looks based on that. Okay? So, let's start our conversation about entertainment. Okay? So, our bride and groom, Aaliyah and Michael, who are having their wedding on the Moshulu, which is a ship in the harbor of Philly, have hired all of their vendors, the photographer, they're not going to have a videographer, okay? The caterer for their food, they have their venue, they have their bake. They decided to not take the cake from the venue, they're going to get a cake from a baker, all right? And they have their florist or whoever's doing their florals or non-floral decoration for the on the Moshulu, which is both their ceremony and reception space. So the last thing they need is to hire the entertainment. So they have a place, they have food, okay? So now they need to entertain their guests. So typically when you go to an event, a wedding, you always have music. So that's a standard. You have to have some kind of music. And typically that music is going to be played or come from the instruments of a band. Okay? So you'll either hire a DJ or you'll hire a band. Depends on your taste, your style, the theme of your wedding, and your guests. All those things need to be considered. Okay? So if you're a millennial, just as an example, you may not want to get a band that plays music from, say, the 50s or 20s, because that's like your mother's kind of music or your grandma's music, and your crowd of folks may not like that, and you want your folks, your guests, to have fun. You want it to be a joyous occasion. So consider the audience, consider your theme, because it needs to fit that, and your personal taste of the bride to be and her fiance, when you're deciding on your entertainment, whether it's as far as the music is concerned, if you're going to select a DJ or a band. Now, Aaliyah and Michael, they're young, so they're prone to selecting a DJ, but they're considering some other entertainment. So whenever, the reason why I say entertainment and not just say you need to hire your DJ, because there's more to an event than just the music. There are other kinds of things that you can have happening during the event, or have your guests do during your ceremony, and your reception during that day, before, in between, after. Okay, so there's some other different things that you can consider, and I have something that I'll give to you, a very good article on 27 different entertainment that you can consider for your wedding ceremony or reception, and they're really, really pretty cool ideas. So just something for you to think about as you're thinking about how you're going to keep your guests entertained throughout your day. Now, we're going to stick to the DJ side of this. Okay, so when you're considering a DJ, of course you want to make sure that he fits your style, your guest type of music, that they want to hear, and that he has that energy or that personality that will gel and blend with your personality, your fiancés, and your guests. Okay, so all those to be considered when hiring a DJ. They're usually the last one to be hired. Depending on how popular they are, they may have to be one of your first vendors to be hired, because when you start counting down, if your wedding is happening in a very popular time of the year, like in the summer, you want to get on it and make sure you get that DJ, especially if he's really popular. But Aaliyah and Michael are having their wedding in the fall, so that's a lot of less traffic, a lot of less things going on. People get married in the fall, of course, yes, but it's not as hectic. It's not such a die-hard thing that you have to make sure you get that particular DJ that you want, because he'll be taken. Okay, not like a venue space. So that's why they're typically the last ones to be hired when it comes to all the vendors that you need. They run, depending on their expertise, depending on whether they're full-time or part-time, they can run anywhere from $300 on the low end to $1,000, a couple of $1,000. Okay, mid-range is about, I would say, $500 mid-range for a DJ. And typically they're going to hire or have an assistant to help them with setup, okay? And that's all built into the price. Now, when you're considering the DJ, you want to tell him, not him tell you, what type of music you want played throughout your day, okay? What type of music do you want him to play? You need to have, I'll give you the checklist for this, but you need to provide him the music that you want played before the ceremony starts, during the ceremony, of course, once the processional begins, meaning when the girls or when everyone starts walking down the aisle, okay, then that's a change of music. And then, of course, when you walk down the aisle, okay, change of music. Then when the ceremony ends, what kind of music needs to be played? You need to be very specific. If you're not sure what type of songs, that's okay. A lot of times bride and grooms have an idea of what song they want to play, especially for when the bride walks in. A lot of times, maybe not for all the other things that I mentioned, but you can still give him the type of music, whether you want it slow, fast, what's the beat, give him an idea of your theme and what's going to be happening on the day, and then he can give you some ideas on what music he'll be playing. You don't want any surprises when it comes to what kind of music is going to be played without giving him any idea. So make sure you talk to him. And then same thing for the reception and the cocktail hour. During the cocktail hour, what type of music would you like to play? During the reception, what type of music would you like to play during the reception? But before that even happens, as the bridal party walks in, what kind of music do you want to play when the bride and groom walks in? If you're going to have all the traditional activities such as the mother father dance and all the different activities that happen during a traditional wedding, then you want if you want a certain song to be played during any of those times, you need to tell the DJ. Okay? Otherwise, again, you don't always have to know the song, but you need to give him an idea of what the tempo should be. Fast, slow, old school, the latest music that's out now, bebop. I mean, you have to tell him what kind of music that you want played. Okay? And then there's also one thing people always forget. There's also what I call a no list. Music you don't want him to play. Okay? So if you're the type of bride or your fiance, you guys just don't like the rap music, or you don't like music, any type of music that has vulgar words in it or profanity in it, or you don't want, maybe you do like that and it doesn't bother you, but your mother, your grandmother, your aunt, think of who's in the room. So if you think they may be offended, maybe you have some religious folks that are coming to your wedding and you think they might be offended to based on the music you like, then put that music on the no list. Tell him that under no circumstances, even though that may fit under the type of music you told him to play, don't play these particular songs. Okay? Because my nana, my pastor and his wife, or my mother and father would not appreciate that type of music. So be very clear about what's on the no list, and be very clear about everything that you want played on your special day. So those are things you need to consider with the DJ. They're usually the last, as I mentioned, and because it's pretty simple. And once it gets close to the time, he's going to want that list. So typically a week or two before the wedding, he wants you to give him that list of all the music, and he wants the timeline because he needs to know from beginning of the day to the end what's going to happen. Those are all the things you need for your DJ. Now, what kinds of fun things can you consider for entertainment? I'm going to show you. I think this is cool. This is so different. Now, this is more prone, of course, to an outdoor wedding. This is a slip and slide. Isn't this cool? The bride and groom going down a slip and slide? That's pretty cool. Then you can have caricatures. We see those pretty often. That's a pretty cool thing to do during the cocktail hour or the mocktail hour if you're not having any alcohol. If you're having children and it's an outdoor wedding, make sure you have things for the children to do at your wedding to keep them busy so they're not running around going under people's skirts and gowns because they don't have anything to keep them busy. It's always good to have a kids table no matter what the formality of the wedding. So in this image we have just a picture, a basket of bubbles, okay, for an outdoor wedding. Of course you wouldn't want anything like that for an indoor. Just have some type of activity, crayons and coloring books, coloring pencils, books, things like that for them to do to keep them busy if you have kids at your wedding. And depending on the theme, this is really cute for a whimsical wedding, you have cotton candy, a cotton candy stand. That goes in the line with some of the sweet stands that people are doing these days with different sweets like pies and cupcakes and candy and things like that. All right, so now we're on to the MUA, or the makeup artist. Okay, so the makeup artist, the key thing that of course you want to make sure and find the right makeup artist depending on the style and the type of makeup you want on your day, as well as your bridal party. So decisions need to be made. First, you need to find one. When you find that makeup artist, based on a referral from one of your friends or family, or remember that vendors list, Always start when you start looking for vendors, start looking ask your vendor for their vendors list and look on there first as a starting point. So so either way, when you find that makeup artist, then you want to ask questions as it relates to what their style is, how long have they been doing makeup, and you want to make sure they have an array and an assortment. They have a kit. You don't want, again, this is your face. Everyone's going to be looking at you on that day. So you don't want someone that's an amateur or someone fairly new. No slight to anyone starting the business because everyone has to start somewhere, but this is a very important part of your day. You're going to be, in everyone's eyes all day. So you want to make sure that you look and you have the look that you want for your day. That's why it's important to have a makeup trial. So once you're satisfied the um, with the makeup artist in reference to her references, and you think that she will do a great job and she will be good for the style of makeup that you want for your look. And when I say the style, I mean it just depends on what type of look you want for your day. Is it romantic? Is it do you want the glossy look, the lip as this bride has, or the bright eye and that's kind of a matte lip as this bride has? Or do you just want a natural look like this bride? Okay? So you can tell she has on makeup, but it's a very natural look. Okay? So depending on the look you want to make sure that that makeup artist can comply with your request. And then if you're going to, based on the price of the makeup artist, and they can run, if you have an average party, if you're going to do the entire party, let's see, 4 or 5 people plus yourself, then you're talking about probably $600-700, okay, depending on how, the skill set of that makeup artist and whether they're popular or not. That price usually goes up depending on that. And of course you have to pay for their assistant if you're asking them to do makeup on that day for your bridal party. So that'll be your choice. A lot of brides do. It's common that you pay for the makeup for your bridal party, and you might want to consider it and find it in your budget. You know why? Because you don't want your maid of honor or someone in your bridal party coming in with makeup that is just so wrong that it just messes up the whole look. I'm sorry, but not everyone knows how to put makeup on, and you want all the looks to be the same, to fit with the theme and the style of your wedding. So you don't want someone to take it upon themselves, and if everyone has a natural look as this bride has, and one of your maid of honors decides that she wants to put on some loud purple eyeshadow, okay? I mean loud, not muted or matte, but something that's very just out there and way off from the look of everyone else. It's just like someone deciding on a different dress than everyone else, okay? You want to be more in control of the entire look of your bridal party. So that's why you may want to invest, if you have the extra money in your budget, and allow the makeup artist to do everyone on that day, and you'll be sure to have one look, because that's the job of the makeup artist. Okay? And they will consider those who have allergies. They have makeup just for makeup just for people that have different allergies or their skin or different skin irritants depending on the type of makeup that's being used. So those are all the questions that you ask. And if that makeup artist doesn't have the certain makeup needed for someone that has a certain, that you may be irritable towards a certain brand, not just have an allergy, but whatever brand they use, that makeup artist use, one of your bridal party members may not be able to utilize that. No matter what the situation, a professional makeup artist will know just what to do and how to manage and handle that. Okay? And another consideration when you're talking to your makeup artist is also, will you be doing have them do the makeup for your mother or your fiance's mother? Okay? That's something to consider as well. Okay? So And the other thing for the makeup artist, when once you select them and you've gone down the checklist of things that concern you based on yourself and your bridal party, is you want to make sure, not for the bridal party, they'll be taken care of, but you want to make sure you get a makeup trial at least 1 week or two before your day. So the makeup trial is solely so that you will see exactly how she will put your look, what your look will be for your day, because you don't want any surprises. You'll know exactly what you'll look like, and there won't be any surprises when you look at yourself in the mirror. So it's very, very important that you schedule the makeup trial with your makeup artist. Okay? So we've covered entertainment, DJ or band, and don't put yourself in a box. Have some fun with it. I'm going to go back to it. Have some fun and add different elements that will entertain your guests during the day, in the during the cocktail mocktail hour, before the ceremony, okay? Even after the reception. Sometimes people have food trucks. That's a source of entertainment. It gives them something to do, food to taste after the reception. So I'll give you this it's a really nice article that I found that has all these great ideas on entertaining your guests. So just don't think about music, think about these other elements. And also, it's when you think about music, it's not only just DJ and band, but maybe you want someone who plays the harp, okay, or some kind of musical instrument. Maybe it's classical, which is really cool during the ceremony or before it starts. So that's another nice element to add to your music selection when you're trying to figure out what type of music or who to hire. Okay? So thank you guys. Thank you for coming by, to all my live viewers, and thank you for all my replayers. Remember, you can always ask a question, whether you when you come on and we're not live, and I'll always be there to answer the question. Or if you just have you need a referral, a recommendation for some element of your wedding, or you need a vendor recommendation, we will be glad to help you with that. That's the whole purpose of this Facebook group. So thank you guys. I hope you have a nice weekend. A nice weekend. I'll see you tomorrow though. But hope you have a nice night tonight, the rest of the night. And I'll see you tomorrow at 7:30 for 30 Days to Us. How to plan your wedding in 30 days. Thanks for listening tonight, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.